In this video, we're going to be showing you how to get your dog to respond to a very small hand signal. So we're going to be going through the entire sequence of starting with a full food lure, which is what's going on here. So starting off with a piece of food, putting it on the dog's nose, luring the dog to the ground, and giving the dog the piece of food once the dog is in the down position. Right here what I'm doing is I am luring the dog into a sit. I brought the food up there and waited for the dog to come up and get it. Now I'm luring back to a down. We're starting off with a lure because it is a very easy way to capture the behavior of the down behavior. So it's very easy. So you just put a piece of food on the dog's nose and guide him to the ground. Not every dog will do it this smoothly, but this is a general idea if your dog is following it smoothly. If you can get about 5 of those in a row, you're ready to move to a large hand signal, which is what I'm demonstrating now. So right now I'm actually luring Lincoln back into a sit, but notice I have no food in my hand and I'm putting my palm all the way to the ground and I'm trying to make it look similar to the food lure. Once the dog gets in position, I'd provide a food reward from my other hand. I have my left hand loaded up so that way I can deliver treats quickly and get this process going pretty fast. So once again, I'm using a large hand signal here. If I can get about 4 or 5 of those in a row, then what I'm going to do is move to a smaller hand signal. So this is probably my 4th or 5th large hand signal here, and I've actually moved to a hand signal for sit from a down as well. So I was actually luring Lincoln up from a down to a sit with a piece of food, and then I've actually started using a hand signal for that. Now we've moved on to a smaller hand signal for the down cue. So I've kind of, instead of going all the way to the ground with my hand, now I'm actually just going down to my knee. This is a process where I'm actually going to be able to do this without bending here in the near future. But as of now, same exact spot. I'm trying to get my hand signal down to my knee, and I'm just trying to transition him off of the large hand signal onto the small hand signal. Right here, I've given him the hand signal for sit, and he's a little distracted, so I'm just waiting him out. The last thing you want to do is repeat your hand signal, so I just waited, made some noises with my mouth, got him to look up, then I rewarded him. Once again, doing my smaller hand signal now as I was before, so started with my hand by my waist and then lowered it down to my knee just like you saw there, and just wait. Your dog may do it right away, or your dog may do what Lincoln just did there. Just wait him out. If the behavior happens, reward him. If the behavior doesn't happen, then just tell him too bad and reset them. You're going to see here in a second, Lincoln is actually going to struggle here in a minute once I go to the smallest hand signal, and you'll kind of get a good example or a good idea of what to do if your dog struggles. Here we go. I'm going to try to go to the smallest hand signal. This means I don't even have to bend at my waist. I can just stand straight up and just give him this hand signal. As you can kind of tell, he has no idea what this means at this point. He's sniffing my legs and licking my hand, and he just walks away. He's like, I don't know what you're asking. So what I do is I reposition him. I'm going to reward him for sitting, and I'm going to try again. Let's see what happens here. He just kind of looks at me, looks out the window. He goes, I have no idea what you're talking about, walks away. I'm going to try one more time. We like to give the dog about 3 attempts. If he fails 3 times in a row, then we make it easier, which is actually what we're going to demonstrate here. So this is my 3rd attempt. He's looking at me. He's like, I don't know what you're asking. What's going on over there? And momentarily, he's going to start to break. Notice how long and patient I'm being. Just be patient. There he goes to break. So I just said, too bad. Now I'm going to go back to my previous step, which is a hand signal down to my knee. I'm going to try to get about 4 or 5 of those in a row before I go back to the step I just tried, which was a very, very small hand signal. The point of all this is be patient. Notice how I'm not repeating my hand signals. I'm just keeping him in position. Here I give him the hand signal for sit, and I just left it there. He didn't respond right away. That's okay. Be patient and wait. Here he's doing great once again with my hand signal down to my knee, and he's doing pretty well with my hand signal for sit there. So we recommend proofing about 4 or 5 successful reps before you make it harder, so I'm not counting. I think this is my 4th rep or so. Notice I give the hand signal, he's a little distracted. I keep that hand signal in position. I'm just going to wait him out and see if it happens. And this is what you want to do. Do not repeat the hand signal. If your dog gets up and walks away, tell him too bad, reset him, and then try again. Here we go, hand signal for sit. Now, what we're going to do here is, I think this is my 5th rep for the hand signal down to my knee. I'm going to get him back up here. And now I'm going to get back into a smaller hand signal. So notice I'm just going to put my smaller hand signal down. This is my smallest. Once again, just trying to do it so I don't have to bend at the waist at all. He's went and looked at the floor. He's looking at me. He's still not really sure what's going on here. and he goes and walks away. So I'm going to reposition him, ask him to sit. I'm going to reward him for that sit. That's going to keep him motivated. I'm going to try again, see what happens. Oh, and he guessed it correctly. So here I go. I'm going to reward him for that. Ask him to get back into his sit. I'm going to reward the sit. And I'm going to go right back into the hand signal again. Just going to be patient, wait him out. He did it once. It doesn't mean he'll do it again. In this case, he did do it again, which is fantastic. I'm going to reward that. And my goal is to get about, in this case, 4 out of 5 because he missed the first one. So this would be 3 in a row. And then here, I believe this is my 4th in a row after this sit here. He's starting to get it now. And this is what we're looking for. So this is the ideal hand signal that we try to teach. So you don't have to bend at the waist at all. You just hand signal without any bend, just right that down hand signal, just extend your elbow. And so that's what we're shooting for right there. So this is how we teach it. So if you'd like to get your dog to respond to a hand signal that is that small, those are the increments that you need to use to get there. Thanks for watching.